everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome, I'm Stefania. Today's video is gonna be a flip through of my reading journal. It's finally time to show you the pages that I've created in June. I know, I'm extremely late. I think that you all got figured out by now that I'm never on time. In June I've read 9 books, so let's say that there are gonna be a few more spreads than usually, which means that it's gonna take a little bit more of time. As you can see, my notebook can't handle it anymore. Luckily, with June, I was done with it. There wasn't any more space for July, so I had to move it to a new notebook, and so this one will be left alone for now, kind of, because I didn't move the yearly pages. I will keep using the spreads that I've done at the beginning of the year in this notebook. I won't move them to a new one, and so I'll keep using this one, but I won't add anything else inside, so yeah. As always, there is the name page, cover, books of 2022. I don't think that there's gonna be enough space for all the books that I'm gonna read in the future for the next few months, because I can already tell you now that in July I've read 8 books, and so coloring them I won't have so many books left. Anyway, I've decided that when this one is gonna be fully colored, I won't create anything else anymore. It's just gonna stay in that way, and that's it. Let's say it was kind of a lovely page to look, but there wasn't a meaning behind it. Like, it's not a real tracker. Bingo, I've read a book with a one-word title and a thriller. And I guess the others were already things that I've done before, so. My reading tracker, as you can see, also in June I've read each single day. So I've read for 30 days for a total of 2,508 pages. Goodreads challenge, I had all the 9 books that I read in June, and as you can see, I'm kind of already running out of space. So I know that next year for my yearly spreads I will have to leave more space. My Goodreads challenge was 30 books, but as you can see, I've already moved forward at, and I think I've already said this in my previous videos. I've decided that when I reach 50, which actually is gonna be fully complete with July, I haven't updated the yearly pages yet for July because I wanted to do the flip through before for June, and I was thinking of creating a video with me updating all these pages. So let me know with a comment if you would be interested in that. There wasn't any 5 stars this month, but it's okay. Books read in 2022, I'm gonna say okay. I've noticed that in the last flip through you couldn't see this part, but now you can see it. Good. These are the books that I've read in June, and as I've mentioned before, I'm gonna add here, and then I'm gonna move to this part of, let's say, the spread, and then I'll use the front in case of need. I like having all the covers like this, so I already know that for next year probably I'm gonna leave a few pages, not just one, because it's obvious that it's not good enough. A book for each month. I couldn't print the cover because I had a problem with my laptop, so I still hadn't, but Love and Gelato is gonna be there pretty soon. This has been the book that I decided to pick up for this month. Series tracker, Caraval. I've read all the 3 books. I would say that this one was, I was hoping it was something more, but it wasn't, let's say it this way. Books. For this month, they start from here to here. And then, as always, I have the book that I've started at the end of June but didn't finish it, so I count, I think I said this before, but I consider the date in which I finish the book, because that's when I'm gonna work on a spread for it, not when I'm gonna start the book. And so yeah, this one is gonna be in July. And as you can see, for the whole month I've read only ebooks. The reason is because I didn't have any physical books in the house. So yeah, that's it. You should read page, which as I said before, I always forget to update, so I don't think I'm gonna recreate this one for next year. I'm gonna see, I still have to think about that. Reading stats: in June I've read 9 books for a total of 2,508 pages. And of the 9 books, 9 were ebooks and 0 were physical books. It's finally time to open up June. As always, the Plan With Me videos are online, so you can check them out in case you missed them, or if you want to see something particular. My monthly view, and here as you can see it's all green and blue because they were all ebooks. Reading tracker: there have been a few days in which I've read more than 100 pages, even more than 200 actually one day. But there also have been a few days like this one as well, in which, oh, and this too, in which I haven't read that much. But as I said before, my plan was to reach an habit for which I'm gonna read each single day. It doesn't matter if I'm gonna read it for hours or for just a few minutes. If I'm gonna be able to read a whole book or only a few pages, it's okay. And so I'm kind of happy with this one. Anyway, moving on. Books that I've read this month. As you can see, in this case, the Dutch door was perfect. And as always, to create this, I use a stamp that I have, and I really like it. So I think I'm gonna keep on using it also next year. Junior review: I've read 9 books. 9 of them were books, 0 were physical books. I gave a total of 30 stars. Bingo! I've read a book with a one-word title and a thriller, 2,508 pages. My definitely no for this month was Emma, and I've read for 30 days, which means every single day, and my favorite book was Love and Gelato. I'm about to start my books spread, so as always, I'm gonna avoid talking too much about them because I don't want to give any spoilers. So let's go with the first one, which was Emma. And as always, credit for the photos will be in the description box. In case I don't remember where it came from, credits go to the right owner. This was definitely a no for me. I found it extremely boring and I just couldn't get into it. I was a little bit disappointed because Jane Austen kind of made me really happy last time I read her book, so I was expecting something completely different. But to be honest, I wasn't really proud of my choice. Verity was my second book. Was very happy about reading this one, and here's the thing: if I should rate this one as soon as I'm done with it, so if I would have done that, for sure my rating would be way higher, because it's really a catchy book. You start reading it and you can put it down. You need to find out everything, and so you're gonna be really, let's say you're gonna lose yourself in the book. But if you want to put down black and white your thoughts and your reading as soon as you're done with the book, then you're gonna think a little bit more about it, and according to me, something is gonna change there. Like the characters, I felt like a lot was missing there. And I'm sorry about this, but I think that that part of the story was lacking quite a lot. I was a little bit disappointed in that. So I was very, let's say I didn't know how to consider this one. Like, how many stars I'm gonna give to it? And believe me, it took me quite a lot of time to figure it out. But other than that, it's something that you're gonna start and finish really fast. Then yes. The third book was The Love Hypothesis, and I think that the reason why I wanted to read this one was because it was everywhere, and everyone was talking a lot about it. To be honest, I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. Some of the characters, it kind of looks like they're kids, or very, let's say, teenagers. Like, they're not that mature, and I was expecting something more, since they're not in high school. They're a little bit more grown up. That kind of disappointed me. And I'm sorry, because everyone was so excited, and I've read so many wonderful reviews, and I was expecting so much. So maybe that's the reason why I felt this disappointment, was because I was expecting this, but I only got this. I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with this one. Anyway, I'm not saying it was bad, but it could have been 100 times better. Then I've decided to go into Caraval, the series, and the first thing that really disappointed me is this. I read it in Italian, and then while I was looking online for things, I was like, who on earth is Scarlett? Because they've decided to change the name of the two sisters in the Italian version. So Scarlett is actually Rossella. I hate when they do this kind of thing. Like, you could have called the character with the same name. But other than that, that kind of disappointed me a lot. I would say that I really enjoyed this one, and it was well written, and in a lot of moments you were finding yourself really thinking, is this true or is just a game? So I really liked it, because it did brought you inside this type of world. It's not like you were left out of the book. So for me, it was an incredibly enjoyable one, but I couldn't see it as a series. And if we're gonna cut away the last chapter of the book, so that little thing that happens at the end, then it could be perfectly a standalone one without the need of a second and third book. But still, I've decided to read also the second book, and I was thinking, maybe I'm wrong and the second and the third will do something better or whatever, but I wasn't. I enjoyed this one, but not as much as the first one. Felt a little bit disappointed because I couldn't really get into it as much as it happened for the first one. Still, since I've started it, I wanted to finish it. And so I've also read the third one, and by the end of this one, I still keep on thinking that for me, it wouldn't be perfect as a standalone with only the first one. However, it's a book that you can read pretty fast, so it's not like it's gonna take you months and months to read it. Book. Ugly Love. I've decided to read this one because a lot of people were saying amazing things about it, and well, the writer is not a new one for me, not at all. I've been kind of disappointed here, not with the story itself, but with the main character. I can say that this woman is a strong one. I don't know why. For me, it was a huge problem. So I definitely couldn't give him more stars than what I've decided to give to the book because of the characters, especially the lady. However, I think that I've learned this month a thing, which is that a lot of time when actually a lot of reviews are amazing for a book and has so many stars, well, maybe it's not made for me. I don't know why. Oh well, it wasn't. I'm not a fan of this one, honestly. Nope. Then I've decided to move to Love Gelato. I love this one. By the way, here my notebook is literally falling in pieces. I don't know if it's possible to see it. However, here it's opening. And so that is a huge problem. But as I've said before, I won't use this one for so long. I love this one. It was an enjoyable read, and I think that what I love the most, more than a girl that moved to Italy, not even moved, try to go for a summer to Italy with the feeling of I don't want to be here, and then she finds out so much about her mother's life. I think it was an amazing one. It wasn't harder to read or to follow, it was extremely enjoyable, but I especially loved the meaning of, I would say, a relationship between a father and a daughter. Like, all important is DNA here. If you've read the book, you know what I mean. If you watch the movie, ignore, take the movie, throw it away, and read the book. I know that Netflix decided to come out with the movie. I mean, I think it was Netflix, I'm not so sure anymore. But I don't have an idea of why. Because the book is a thing, the movie is completely different. From the first 3 minutes of the movie, you can already start seeing a lot of things which are so wrong compared to the book. I found out later on that this is part of a series, but I like this one as a standalone, and I don't want to do the same thing that I've just done a few books earlier. So I didn't want to read more books that I didn't feel like I would have really enjoyed, and so I've decided to leave this one like a standalone, and that's it. And this was my favorite book of the month. I've decided to finish the month with Not a Happy Family. I'm gonna be honest, since the very beginning you want to find out who murdered the parents. So yes, you really start reading it quite a lot, you want to know it, but I felt like again what was missing was the characters, and so on that side I wasn't so happy. Anyway, it was still enjoyable and it was fun to read it. Not like fun in the meaning of fun, but it was enjoyable, that's it. So basically, this is what I've read in June. I was wondering if you read any of these books. If you did, let me know which one in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about it. And also let me know if you've read something else, what you've read, because I always like to find out what people read in a month. I don't know why, it's interesting. It's kind of like looking at someone's stickers collection. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a thumb up. And let me know with a comment if you would be interested in seeing a video about me updating my yearly pages with July. And with this, I guess that for today is everything. So thank you so much. See you next time. Bye!